Good morning, everyone. Let me just take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming out this morning for our joint Border Patrol press conference. I can tell you I am definitely honored to have this press conference. I want to personally thank the City of Newark under the leadership of Mayor Raz Baraka and Director Anthony Ambrose, and our Chief Donnell Henry for joining with the City of East Orange to make this partnership a reality. This joint Border Patrol program today sends a strong message to all of our communities. Our cities are so close. You can literally commit a crime in one and take 2 steps and you're in another city. Criminals have been taking advantage of that because they don't think anyone is paying attention. But today sends a strong message that the City of Newark and the City of East Orange is locking arms together. In fact, we have identified key areas along our borders on South Orange Avenue, Park Avenue, in the Ampere section area, and also near our Bloomfield border and others. We know where major crimes are. Being committed, the City of East Orange is committed to work day and night along with Newark to make sure that we pull our resources together to drive crimes out of both cities. In the City of East Orange, we are driving the charge that we are one city, one community, we have one goal, and that equals progress. And the day shows progress. This new partnership is really progress. I want to thank Public Safety Liaison Cadera and our Police Chief, Phyllis Bendy, and all the men and women here in the City of East Orange who do a great job, as well as our men and women in the City of Newark. For this effort, we're making our cities a safe place for everyone, for our residents, business owners, visitors who deserve nothing but the best. So again, this press conference today with this Border Patrol sends a strong message to those, because as we know, criminals don't have a boundary. And with the message we're sending today with partnerships, that we don't have a boundary, and we're going to pull all our resources together. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce the mayor of the great city of Newark, New Jersey, Mayor Raz Baraka.
Good morning. Just want to thank Mayor Green, first of all, for understanding that we needed to work together, the City of East Orange and the City of Newark. It's our sister city. As he stated, you could literally cross the street and be in East Orange, and vice versa, across the street and be in the City of Newark in multiple locations. Thankfully, the City of Newark just opened up 2 additional precincts, the 6th and the 7th precinct in our city, that services different parts of our community. One in the upper Vailsburg, Ivy Hill section of the City of Newark, the other, the 7th precinct, West Ward, North Ward borderline as well. And both of those precincts border East Orange. So we'll be working closely with East Orange, both of our police departments, to kind of maintain the public safety and quality of life of those residents that live in and around that area. And no longer will, our criminals or people who feel like they can break the law or take the law, and do whatever they want with it, will have the ability to move from city to city without being detected, without being apprehended. We'll use our resources and our services that we have combined to be able to bring these people to justice and create opportunity and great neighborhoods for people who live up and down those corridors that border East Orange and the City of Newark. So at this point, I'd like to introduce my Public Safety Director, Anthony Ambrose.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a delightful day for law enforcement, especially for the Newark Police Division and the East Orange Police Department. We share information 24/7, but it's important, as Mayor Green said, the vision they have to have a border patrol is important because crime has no boundaries. The mayor mentioned, Mayor Baraka, about the 2 new precincts. We've had some significant success in the city of Newark in the last year with crime reduction, and it's about partnerships. We can't do it alone. Our federal partnerships, our state partnerships, our county partnerships, and today a contiguous town, city next to us is a partnership. And all these all work in the direction, and the citizens are the benefactors to all of this. So I'm delighted. Chief Henry's delighted for this today. And working with the Public Safety Liaison, Joe Cadero, and Chief Bindi, we want to continue to build on this and add to this task force, and hopefully we will get some great things that come out of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. We now have our Director, Director Cadero, come up for a few remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning to all. I'd too like to thank Newark for joining us on this important mission. You know, we know that by acting together on an interjurisdictional basis, East Orange and Newark Police Departments are sending a clear message that we have the means to identify and to stop criminals from coming across our borders to commit violent crime. This Border Patrol initiative is an important part of a heightened effort by the city of East Orange, not only to reduce crime, but to help residents feel safe. Under Mayor Ted Green's administration and leadership, and with the support of the City Council, the East Orange Police Department has launched a series of crime prevention initiatives within the last several months. In early August, we launched our community wellness policing strategy, in which our enhanced community safety team set out throughout the city to survey community residents to identify the top 3 concerns they had in terms of public safety in the city and to gauge their sense of safety and security. So far, we've conducted about 1,427 surveys. And we've identified essentially what our marching orders should be. As the mayor made clear early on, reducing crime is important, but if people don't feel safe, it doesn't really matter. And as a result of those surveys, we reactivated the Violent Crimes Task Force in late October to deal with issues of guns and violence and drugs. I'm sorry, gangs, violence, and drugs. And they have been quite successful in their operations. In late October, we launched Operation Drive Right, Be Right. And again, that too was in direct response to survey results. And our officers are not only now focused on reducing crime, but also on the issues that matter most to the public. And we have had about 6 major operations under that umbrella so far. And I got to tell you, the results have been phenomenal, nothing short of phenomenal. Crime has been down every week since we started the initiatives. Our shootings have dropped significantly, and our community surveys are now telling us we're heading in the right direction. The top 3 concerns that our citizens said we should focus on are all reduced in terms of public perception as how much of a problem they pose today. So we're not only reducing crime by 19% so far this year, 23% on street crimes and violent crime, but now we're getting the feedback that, you know what, we're doing things that matter to the public. I want to mention 3 things that caught my attention. 68% of our residents, through our redeployment strategies, report seeing more police officers on the street this year. A whopping 92% of our residents are telling us they feel safe walking East Orange streets during the daytime. And unbelievably, 74% said they feel safe walking the city streets at night. And despite the accomplishments, we're not stopping. We're actually starting. The mayor will be announcing, and the mayor and the police department will be announcing additional initiatives in early January so that we can continue the progress and continue to do the things that matter most to our residents.
Introduce your chief. Your chief.
I'm going to bring Chief Henry up. You want to say a few words?
Yes.
So good morning. Chief Bindi and myself been hitting the paperwork and putting the verbiage together for this here MOU to get started with East Orange, and to cooperate with this here is going to be a successful for not only Newark, East Orange, and bringing residents, making them feel safe in the city of Newark as well as East Orange.
Thank you. We'll now bring up our Chief of East Orange Police Department, Chief Bendy.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. This is an amazing day to be collaborating with the Newark Public Safety Team in a joint border patrol to further enhance our public safety for our citizens whom live, work, travel, and play here. Public safety, of course, is Mayor Green's #1 priority, and it remains our #1 priority. As we know, and it has been said, crime has no borders. So by further strengthening with our collaborative efforts in crime fighting, we will increase our efforts to identify and eradicate crime from our borders to make a safer work, play, and community for all our citizens in both towns, Newark and East Orange. I thank you.
Thank you, Chief. So again, what makes this work in terms of this border control is it's a partnership. And that partnership actually began last year when a gentleman on the East Orange City Council, who was the liaison for Council for Public Safety, and that was Mustafa Brent, where he put in place a memorandum where the surrounding cities that borders each other, that we have what we call police patrol. So I just want to give Councilman Mustafa Brent an opportunity to come up for a few remarks also.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of our Council President, Chris James, our Public Safety Chair, Amy Lewis, myself and my council colleagues, we want to send out a thank you and gratitude to our Mayor, Ted Green, and our brother Mayor in Newark, Raz Baraka, for facilitating and taking the forefront in this initiative, as well as our many men and women that serve on the front lines to keep our public safe. Our public safe. And so I just wanted to say today that, you know, coming from the standpoint of a citizen within the community growing up with the tale of 3 or 4 cities, you know, as we were younger, we vacillated between the 3 cities. We understood a certain level of community and family. And so this is not an opportunity for over or excessive policing within our community, but it's an opportunity to establish or facilitate a culture that re-energizes that opportunity to bring back our community, our communal and our familial institutions. And so I thank the people that have gathered here today to bring this into fruition, and we look forward to continuing servicing our community and working with our illustrious mayors to make our city safe. Thank you.
If there's any questions, we're going to ask the directors. Okay, on topic. That's the senior mayor, so I have to follow his lead also. So if there's any question on topic, we'll take questions. Now we're going to ask the directors to stand up and our chiefs to come up to the podium also. Thanks, Mayor.
Can you crystallize for our viewers who maybe aren't as familiar with policing and how that works when you hit a boundary? If an officer is going after a suspect and they hit a town boundary, were they able or not able to respond before versus now? How will this change things and allow police to better respond?
Okay, so basically, it's called, you know, there can be any type of crime that's being committed, a police officer has an obligation to take part. It's called fresh pursuit in case there is a chase involved and they enter into East Orange or enter into Newark. Police officers are authorized to continue and pursue. This here makes it a little different, where you have an East Orange police officer and you have a Newark police officer in the same car working together. Is very important because the East Orange police officer knows his issues, as the director was talking about some of the concerns of the residents, and the Newark officer does. So basically, a police officer is a police officer 24/7 in the state of New Jersey, and they're obligated, if they see a crime that's afoot, to take action.
Can I just, I'm sorry, I just wanted to follow up. How many officers will be partnering that way where?
8 to 10 officers.
1, 2.
Yeah, can you just speak to how this program is going to work a little bit more? Like, who's going to be commanding the officers?
So as Mayor Baraka said, officers from the 6th Precinct, which is the Valesburg section of the city of Newark, and officers from the 7th Precinct, which is the Roseville West Northwest area of the city, are dedicated with East Orange police officers. The chief of East Orange and Chief Bindi and Chief Henry, they have identified people through the commanding officers who are here also. So there's certain people that are assigned to the East Orange North Border Patrol.
So I'm sorry, do Newark police officer, does the Newark PD kind of command the Newark PD and the East Orange? Do they?
You're not getting through to me.
So, I mean, is it, they both communicate, both of them?
Yes, but both of them together, an East Orange police officer has an East Orange police radio with them, and a Newark officer has a Newark radio. So communications are there. They work together as a team. It could be 2 East Orange officers, but now it's an East Orange and a Newark officer together. Yes.
What is it that you have seen, either mayor, in these areas that warrants this kind of a special squad?
Well, I think the intervention that is needed is that the boundaries, as I believe one of the mayors indicated, you know, the Park Avenue, the William Street, our 6th Avenue continues into William Street, our South Orange Avenue, one side is Newark, one side is East Orange. You know, mainly from the citizens' complaints are open-air drug markets, you know, people that are erratic driving, quality of life issues that are important in them areas, where now they could be focused and it could be addressed constantly.
Have you not seen that kind of stuff in the other borders, Irvington, Belleville?
Yes, we also have an Irvington Border Patrol. We have a Bloomfield Border Patrol. We have a Belleville Border Patrol. So this is just another partner in you know, making sure that the
So
borders
in
are
those
safe.
other towns, you have a squad car and that 7P to 3A or whatever it is,
Yes,
an Irvington cop and a Newark cop,
Exactly.
Belleville cop, etc.
exactly. Thank you.
No, you, then,
The director kind of answered my question, was the city planning, the city of Newark planning on doing this with other boundary cities? And I guess that kind of answers it. When you say 8 to 10 officers, is that on each side or together 8 to 10 officers?
That's together.
yes.
What led the 2 cities to identify this border, this common border, as a potential location for a border patrol? What were some of the problems previously?
So one of the things is we have been working together all along, the mayors, and we thought it was important because, as what was stated earlier, in terms of criminals don't have a boundary. You know, as we always say, that you can take a couple of feet from South Orange Avenue and you'll be in Newark. So the signal that we're sending criminals that we're working together. So if you come over to East Orange and think you can run from Newark, it's not going to happen. You think you can go to East Orange and go over to Newark, we're working together and making sure that we send a message to criminals, because as we said, they have no boundaries. They're coming into East Orange, they're coming into Newark. So working together send a strong message that we're not tolerating, and public safety is priority in both towns.
Would you be able to give us an update on one of the most recent, very public crimes that I think happened in this area? It was an East Orange high school teacher, I think in August, that was shot dead in East Orange, but near the Newark border, right, I think in this area that we're talking about. Can you give us any updates on that specific crime, as far as if he was a target or not, if anybody's been arrested, what may have been the driving motivation for that shooting?
Actually, the case is under investigation by the county prosecutor's office. It was a homicide. It's an ongoing investigation, and as we learn more, we'll share that with you. Right now, it's still an ongoing investigation.
So that means you
Did that
have
at
no
all?
information?
Sorry.
You have no information on it?
The information we have, there's an active investigations. Aside from the pedigree, we can't really discuss an active investigation at this time. But once that investigation is concluded, we'll come back out and talk a bit more about it.
So you have some information, but you can't share it?
Absolutely.
Did that case at all influence the decision to start the program?
Actually, you know, every crime, not just, you know, that particular incident, every crime that happens in Newark and East Orange borders, are, you know, Newark Police Director, my office, the chief's offices are working together. We're identifying crimes that happen across our borders, similar crimes, right? So in addition to the homicide, we're looking at other crimes, and that's what really led to this initiative, right? We have information, we have intelligence of shared problems. Now we needed a shared solution.
But could the East Orange mayor, could you, I know you put out a statement when that teacher was shot, you know, not speaking about any specifics with the investigation, could you maybe speak to why that really struck to the heart of the community? I know a lot of the students were mourning him. Obviously, he's a pillar of the community as an educator. Can you speak to how that
So
particular...
our position is any crime in the city of East Orange when it's affected our community. It's not just that crime. We don't want no crime. We don't want anything like that happening in the city of East Orange. So it wasn't just that crime. All of it affects our community when anybody is victimized of crime.
I think what the public safety liaison said was absolutely correct. Obviously, there are folks who commit crimes from both cities that wind up in Newark. Some in Newark wind up in East Orange. They have been communicating and dealing with each other for a very long time. There's a public safety problem, and so this allows us the opportunity to have a public safety solution to those issues that cross our boundaries, Newark and East Orange. So we are on top of them, ahead of the game, as they would say.
So if a crime occurs in Newark and then someone crosses over into East Orange and this joint force arrests them, which municipality is going to, where are they going to be
Who gonna get the collar?
Yeah, so in which municipality would they be?
Wherever the crime takes place at is where those people are in charge. But if it's obviously a homicide, it goes to the prosecutor's office for that. The police just make the arrest. The prosecutor's office deal with everything else. So
it's 2 more questions right here.
2 more questions, 1 and 2.
8-10 years ago, then Mayor Bob Bowser and Mayor Sharp James had an agreement about border patrol, if I'm not making a mistake. Is there any time limit in your agreement if that is over?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I didn't really understand everything you were trying to get at. So
Yeah, they had a border patrol agreement between
Okay.
the city of East Orange and the city of Newark.
Oh, okay.
And exactly, I don't know, your agreement might be a little different, and I like the idea what you have with joint patrol. But is there any time limit what you are coming into agreement that after 1 year it's over, or you gotta take a re-agreement?
Is a time. No, this is an indefinite agreement, and we have different resources now than existed 8-10 years ago. Different protocols, different opportunities in both of our cities. Our relationships, are different, as well as we have they have the Rock in Trenton. We have something similar in the city of Newark. We're able to share information on a larger level to help us get ahead of most of these things. What we need is boots on the ground now to respond to the information that we're getting. This is an opportunity to make that happen, to actually put the boots on the ground in the areas where we know that there's opportunity for people to commit crime.
Got one more.
You mentioned that crime in Newark has gone down this year. What else has the city done to decrease the crime? East Orange mentioned what else they've been doing.
Well, we get into several things that we're doing. I would say, some of the street academy stuff, the community street team opportunities, the trauma-informed care. We're hiring more police officers. We're targeting the areas where crime is happening at in the city. We're opening up more precincts. I think the police have a better relationship with the community than they had last year, the year before that. We down 80% less complaints against our police officers than before. So I think that is helping us to reduce crime, and unemployment is down a little bit. So I think all of those are factors in helping us reduce crime. So it's a myriad of different things that factor in why crime goes down. We have to try to figure out how to make it consistent.
And then when you say 8 to 10 officers will be patrolling, is this every day?
It's 8 to 10 total. You get anywhere from 3 to 6 that we patrolling daily.
Okay.
Officials in both
That's it.
cities
This is
said
the
that
last
crime.
question.
Officials in both cities said crime is reducing. Is that representative of what's going on at the borders, or is crime still an issue at border cities?
Well, in the city of East Orange, just the hard work of these men and women, because they do all the work. And we're going to make sure, as the mayor of the city of East Orange, that we give them every resource that they need. But they should be commended because they do the day-to-day work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What are you finding there?
We signed a memorandum of understanding.
Can you hold them up?